Hey guys, this is Kitty. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be reading a cringy neckbeard story. Now, what you may ask, what is a cringy neckbeard story? Well, it's a story about a cringy neckbeard, the guys that wear the fedora, really fat, dream man can do, think women are inferior but want to be the nice guy. Yeah, those motherfuckers. If you want to read more things about them, I suggest you go r/Reddit neckbeard cringe stories because they are really, really interesting. I was inspired by a couple of YouTubers to do my own version. I saw some females do it, but not a lot of females. But hey, I could be wrong. So I thought I might do it. So let's go. Just a side note, this has something called a leg beard, which is a female neckbeard, a woman who doesn't shave her legs. The title of this story is The Tales of KittyHiPur, the beard, the music, and the slut shaming. No, this is not me. I found it on Reddit, link below. Hello and welcome to your another installment of Legbeard, known as KB. As always, I am your devoted host and narrator, Des, and today I will be covering the always dramatic theater tale and complete with new friends, love interests, and of course, the jealous Legbeard. Alright, let's get started. As mentioned on our first date, I was an artsy person in high school, and I was active in both choir and theater, and in choir, that's where I met Tomo. In October, she transferred, and while she was seated as an alto and I as a soprano, we have happened to meet and chatted and quickly became friends due to our common interests, and because that was the lunch hour, we also sat together with my group lunch. Everyone was interested in Tomo and was friendly, even KB, who quickly tried to force Tomo in being their best friend, which she did not enjoy at all. The issue with Tomo is that she was extremely shy and fairly strong-headed, which didn't bode well with dealing with KB, who was unaccustomed to being disagreed with, and tensions grew worse with Tomo and Sky growing even closer. October nearly draws a close to the tryouts that were being held at the school musical, which I tried out along with KB, CM, BB, Sky, and Tomo. CM and Sky both have musical backgrounds, CM being a total band geek and Sky having to take orchestra with me since we were 10 and I 11. KB and BB had no musical experience beyond elementary school requirements and middle school choir, and Tomo, well, she just had no vocal range, eliminating her almost immediately. Out of the 6 of us, only CM and I actually got roles in the program, and the others were assigned as stagehands, which suited everyone except, you guessed it, KB. However, she stuck out a bit grudgingly because the group project and she refused to be left out. That said, she did make the whole thing as much of an ordeal as possible and would often make side comments about CM singing or my acting, and neither of us had major roles since we were usually reserved for the older students. But we still had lines and solos. Usually CM would brush it off and make a comment about, despite our apparent lack of talent, we still both snag a role, while she did not. Finally, November came, and after a few years of a friendship, CM asked me out to be his girlfriend. During the rehearsal one evening, I accept happily. And having a crush on him since middle school, our friends were thrilled for the 2 of us, even his ex, not Chevy, whom he had recently dumped for me, as it turns out. CM was my first real boyfriend, and I was so excited about that fact. I was almost oblivious to the happenings around me and what others were saying for about a week, and blissfully ignorant, and that was a short-lived, as Sky informed me that a nasty rumor has been circling around my relationship with CM. Someone had decided that I have gotten knocked up by CM and he was dating me just out of pity, which was so far from the truth, and I thought she was joking at first. However, the worst was yet to come. My then boyfriend was naturally mortified, but as an honest and well-liked individual, the rumors were squelched within 2 weeks, and we were fine together. Rehearsals continued, and KB disappeared for a while to have her braces removed, plus a few days of recovery, and reappeared in our time of final few rehearsals. Of course, she looked better without her braces, though her retainer was another disgusting mess entirely at lunch, and she was openly displeased with my relationship with CM. The worst was her personal attacks at this point came after our last rehearsal, the night before the show. There it would be 3. I must admit, one of my greatest grievances is that the fact that I am a terrible dancer. I mean, I'm just terrible. I was placed in the back of each routine despite being one of the shortest performers due to my lack of coordination, and KB took advantage of that. And knowing that night, and I'm sure that my nerves are already fried. KB, how are you guys feeling about this show? Do you think anyone will notice Des feeling in the back? Or will just the audience think they pull one of the special ed kids on stage? This irritated me. I am well aware of my weaknesses of dancing, and it seems it's one of the nerves that I will never overcome. Still haven't the feeling that I'm being honest. But I am trying to keep my temper. If only CM wouldn't think less of me. Our friends chastised KB and lecturing her for being rude, but she wasn't quite done yet. You guys know why CM wants to date her, right? Des has big boobs, and obviously, that's the only reason why anyone wants to date her. She's a total skank. At this point, I wanted to hit her again, and I didn't, but I really wanted to. But fortunately, as for me, as the stage in life, I was being a bit prude, and none of our friends paid nonsense to KB any mind. However, she kept going. I bet she stuffs her bra. It's not normal for a teenager to be that big. Plus, she's so skinny, so either her boobs are fake or she stuffs. Again, absolutely ridiculous. Yes, I was a rather top-heavy, and most women are in my family, and coming from a lower middle-class family, I couldn't afford a doctor's visit, let alone implants, so you could have almost seen CM's temper starting to slip at this point. KB dropped the subject for a short while, and we all waited on our families to pick us up. Well, they did. I lived in a block away from the school, so I would just walk from home in rehearsal. Laughter ensues. Until that is, I slipped on my back, at which this point KB said something that finally made her greatest ally. BB snapped at her. I actually feel okay, but you're used to being on your back. KB, will you just shut up? Everyone knows that you wanted CM to ask you out, but newsflash, no one wants to date a girl with bleeding gums who doesn't believe in deodorant. You might as well just not show up tomorrow night because I don't think anyone wants to talk to you until you grow up. KB turned a bright red and screamed at BB, and while the rest of us just watched the two bicker and felt a little closer to BB that day. The next 3 days came and went without a hitch, and KB didn't show up for any of the shows, meaning that she was ineligible for any future shows per as the rule says. The 3 days came and went without a hitch, and KB didn't show up to any of the shows, meaning that she was ineligible for any future shows as per the rules. If you missed for the performances without any proof of emergency, you couldn't try it out to be a part of the show for the remainder of your time as a student. We laughed, we cried, we puked twice on the first night. CM wore eyeliner for the first time ever, which I got to apply. It was a glorious experience that I will never forget. Or if I do, I'll likely just be shitting my pants away. And thus ends our drama tale. The next stories will occur as early February after a time sketch which literally has nothing to involve with the beard as of current. Until next time, enjoy your time on Reddit and try to behave yourselves. Wow, my final thoughts as somebody actually who did drama in high school and, well, is top heavy when I was younger. This girl's a fucking cunt. She really needs to get her priorities checked. I don't care if you have a fucking retainer, but fucking goddamn, if you don't want to shave your legs, at least take care of your fucking teeth and your fucking hygiene. Because you know what? Nobody, and I mean nobody, doesn't want to smell your nasty, crusty ass. I bet she stuffs her bra. It's not normal for a teenager to be that big. Plus, she's so skinny. By the way, bitch, I had big boobies in middle school. I was already a C by the time of 8th grade, oh.